Hey, how's it going? So great to see you. I'm gonna talk to you about choosing seed companies. Today was like a fantastic day of messages. I woke up to a video from my brother, Kevo, and his daughter, Charlie Jean, from yesterday. Her first rose plant, her first rose bush. And she's walking, and she has this little ponytail of hair on top of her head and a little diapered butt, and it was the best. It was the best. And reminded me how much I need to get to Maryland and hang out with them and bring them up here, hang out with Kev and Megs and Charlie. But also reminded me, again, this happens a lot, but reminded me of how wonderful it is to connect about plants and stuff, and how that is very much a part of Meraki Farmacy. It's about growing relationships and connecting with people, and that's happening more and more, which makes my heart just explode in all the ways. It's so wonderful. Nico's just running around with his jolly ball. And then I had another message. I had two other messages. One was a lovely email from my amazing magical friend, Devin, who's actually from Pennsylvania, where I grew up in Pennsylvania, but she and I did not meet or become friends until we were both... No, leave it. Leave it. Nope. Drop it. That's not cool. That was my hand. Leave it. Good, leave it. Until we were together at the University of Rhode Island. And now she's back in Pennsylvania, and she's teaching, and she's getting married, and I can't wait to see you, Devin. I really can't wait. But she wrote me an awesome email asking about, or saying that she wanted to start a garden, and that I was part of the inspiration for that. Man, no matter how much soap is sold, that's success right there. Hearing from a friend or stranger saying, hey, I want to start a garden and I'm not totally sure where to start. Can you help me? Yes, I totally can help you, and I'm happy to help you. And I wrote Dev back, but then I thought maybe there's some other people who have the same kind of questions. So why not make a video and make an excuse to try and talk with you guys and connect with you while I play fetch with Nico. Kinga! She runs away all the time. It's really annoying. She's a lot like her mom. Kinga! So, Devin's question was, or her statement was, which I love, right? Because this shows how aware and conscious and mindful she is, and how she's tapping into her consumer power, which does not surprise me about Devin. And I hope you feel the same and understand the same. She said, I don't want to buy seeds from Home Depot. Yes! No offense to Home Depot, but why? Why? It's like a Walmart. It's, a multinational corporation. You can get seeds from other places. Sure, it's convenient. It seems like it's convenient, but it isn't really convenient. Just like plastic throwaway drinks seem really convenient, but they're anything but, right? Quick and fast and throwaway is not convenient. Seeds. Where should you buy seeds from? Just like anything that we're purchasing, you have so much power as a consumer, even though it doesn't feel like it. It really doesn't feel like it sometimes, but you do. You always, always, always have choice. And like anything else, choosing seeds is a very powerful choice. Choosing where you get them and what kind of seeds is incredibly powerful and incredibly important. Like anything, we want to choose local whenever we can. We want to support the locally owned businesses that employ our friends and our neighbors and our family members. We want to support those things. We want to keep money and resources within our communities. We want to help the people whose kids go to the schools that we pay taxes on even if we don't have kids, okay? You should still pay your taxes to support schools because an educated population is really, really important for all of us. We want to support the people in our community. We want to keep the resources there. And I say this a lot, but I trust that you understand why that's really important. So chances are there is some local seed company or a state within your state, if maybe not in your specific area in the town you live in. Chances are that there's some kind of local seed proprietor. The other thing you want to look for with seeds is it organic or is it conventional? And you want organic seeds. Those seeds are from organic plants. You want to support organic. I also trust that you understand why that's important. But we will talk about organic versus conventional and GMOs. That might be the next thing we get into. Not in this video, because that's going to be a lengthy thing. And I'm going to get all blah, 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 excited. Where is Kinga? This year I bought a lot of seeds from Fedco Seed Company, which is based in Maine. And Maine is in New England, like me, and a similar zone and a similar growing season. So I'm choosing a company who does offer conventional seed, but I did not buy any of them. And I wrote them a little note saying, don't do that. And don't offer those seeds. Don't offer genetically modified seeds from Monsanto and Bayer and multinational corporations. Because they just care about profit and they don't care about people and pollinators and sustainability and all that stuff. Generalizing, but I feel safe in my assumption. So the seeds all the seeds that I bought from Fedco were one of three kinds. So they were either seeds from an employee that works there. Fedco is employee owned. That's another thing. You want to buy seeds and shop and buy other things from companies that are employee owned, because that's really important, because we need to care about people over profits. We want to help pay for kids' braces and like buying used sporting equipment so they can play sports, not some rich bastard's 8th summer house. You know these things. And this goes with seeds. It goes with everything that we buy. Okay, anyway, so some of the seeds I bought are seeds saved by an individual person who intimately knows that plant, who probably has very limited resources, but does this because they care about it and they love it, and they're bringing their own Meraki into things. They're bringing their own love, creativity, and passion. Here's Kinga. Good puppy! Good puppies. They're bringing it to it, and we want to support those people. They're doing amazing things for amazing reasons. Some of the other seeds I bought are from the Fedco farms themselves that, again, are organic, are from actual plants that these people actually took care of and saw and collected data on and chose for. And that feels really important to me to support, right? And I hope it does for you also. Why do you want to start from seed? You don't always have to start from seed. I personally, and we touched on this in the previous video where I showed you how to put seeds in pots to start indoors. It's really, really fun. And you connect with the plants in a very different way. Particularly if you have kids, or you've just never grown a plant from seed before, you gotta do it. You just gotta do it. It's that flower is going to be even more beautiful, or that vegetable is going to be even more delicious and nutritious because you've been with it since it was a seed. That's so awesome. So awesome to do. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. There's a couple other places that I get seeds from. One is Johnny's, also an employee-owned company. But Johnny's and Fedco, they have a lot of crops and flowers, and they have some medicinal plants. Like Fedco had echinacea, and stuff, but I wanted some more specialized or more obscure herbs like mugwort and comfrey and nettle. So I went with a place called Strictly Medicinals, which is a small company, and they have non-GMO verified, organic seed. They work to educate folks and preserve seeds and heirloom seeds. And they're in alignment with my philosophies and principles. And that's what you got to do. You got to find the people and businesses that are employee owned and local and have the same ideas as you, and that are, that are part of your community. Another wonderful organization that I didn't get any seeds from this year, but I got German butterball potatoes from last year, and they are amazing. They're so, oh my god, butterball potatoes were the bomb. It is from Seed Savers, and so Seed Savers is a national organization that works to protect heirloom seed varieties and fight the good fight against conventional multinational corporation destruction of seed banks and things. Very, very important work. I became a member, so just an annual membership fee supports their work. I think I chose the amount. I think I chose like $50 because that's what I had, which gets me a discount on the seeds that I do order. They work with individuals. They work with indigenous Americans who have been saving seeds for over generations. What this reminds me of is like when you go to a store and you want to get apples, and there's like 3 kinds of apples, and how historically the variety of apples available in America is, I don't even know the amount. Hundreds of different kinds of apples. No, Papa. They need a romp. They are pumped up. So those are some places that I recommend checking out. I'm in Vermont, so we have High Mowing is a local organic seed company. Again, you're going to have to do a little bit of research, and that's okay, right? Because this is really, really, really powerful stuff, and I commend you, Devin, for being aware of this and it being important to you. And okay, the heart explosion of you asking me for some guidance and saying that I was part of your inspiration for starting your own garden is just like, that is the best ever. Kinga, come here. Kinga, you guys, we're not making videos together anymore. Come here, come on. Yeah, bring whatever it is you have. It's probably a dead animal. She came home with a very fresh skunk head carcass the other day. And then she had nasty farts for like a week. Anyway, the other thing that Devin mentioned in her email that I thought was definitely worth noting and maybe would help some of you guys is there were 2 things. And one she said was she doesn't have a lot of space. And that is totally okay. It is totally okay. I am fully aware of how fortunate I am to live on a property where I have tons of growing space. I do. But this is a new thing. I did not always. I've grown out of buckets. I've grown out of very small spaces, and you will be amazed at how much you can grow in a small space. This is where companion planting, intercropping, and succession plantings will be your friend. So companion planting is growing things like tomato and basil together. They help each other out. Intercropping is where you have diversity within your garden space. So like you don't just have a row of broccoli. You have broccoli and tomatoes and all these things all mixed together. And they're not, because they're different kinds of plants, they're not necessarily competing for the same exact resources. So it all works out. And we can talk about these things and you can do your own research. Companion planting, interplanting, intercropping. And succession planting is when you plant seeds like every 3 weeks. So you just have a continuous supply. I do this a lot with